Hey guys, so today we're going to be going over the new update in Tagatame. There's a couple of new things, a new raid, although the raid hasn't opened itself yet. I'll be doing that a bit later. I might make a separate video on it if there's anything special about it. But for now, it just looks like it's a normal raid. Um, so one of the bigger changes on this update is actually we have a revamped UI for our daily and now apparently weekly missions. So they have removed all of the gems, apparently, from the missions themselves and put them up here as milestones. So it appears that each type of mission is going to give you a different number of stars. You're still going to give you the AP, but what this will theoretically allow you to do is skip certain missions if you don't want to do them and still get all of your gems. However, in all honesty, you're going to be doing all the missions anyways because you need the AP, so that isn't really that big of a deal. However, they have added one rainbow shard to the 120 star mark, and I assume that the 120 star mark can be achieved each day. Um, you do get stars for the the hourly login in Japan. So in Japan, we have 3 free AP times from Japan time 0 to 12 o'clock, and then 2 6-hour increments afterwards. And those will give star values as well. That will probably be what you need to go above the 120 mark to get that free rainbow frag. Now, I don't know if it's going to be a rainbow frag every day of the week. I kind of assume so, but in theory, you could also have like a different elemental shard each day of the week and then a rainbow frag on the last day. But considering this isn't any special day of the week, it's just the gacha reset day, I'm guessing it's probably going to just be a rainbow shard. There's not that big of a reason not to. I mean, if we get 7 rainbow shards additional each week, who's complaining? And the biggest difference, however, is that we now have weekly rewards. And the ones, at least, that I can see for now is 500 gems once you hit 100 points, and 300 once you hit 15. So why don't I just go ahead and hit those point values real quick? And we'll see what happens. So I'll start by going and doing a futile effort to get another Liz job token. I'm getting there. I will get there eventually, I promise, but I cannot max this job at least until the beginning of next month. So we'll drop 5 into that. And as you can see, and as expected, absolutely nothing. And we'll go and quick gift our friend coins real quick. I think they're doing some kind of friend coin gifting event this month, so let me quick check. Yes, these are up. So I believe that based on the number of these cards that are sent to all people in the Japan server over the next 2 weeks, we will be able to get gem rewards. They've given out tickets kind of like this before. I forget, I totally forget what the rewards were for it. I think it was just like a lot of Zenny and a couple of other fun rewards, but nothing like super over the top. I mean, losing the friend coins kind of hurts a bit, but you know, you take what you can get. It's different, it's fun. So that should put me above the 100 threshold, and I can go up here and click this, and it's going to give me an additional currency coin, which I'll show you in the coin shop. And there we have it. I have now achieved an additional 500 gems that I would not have otherwise gotten this week. And once you get 300, 15 rainbow shards, which is super nice, as I'm sure a lot of people in Global realize it. Rainbow shards and elemental shards can stretch pretty thin, especially now that you're forced to drop a lot of them in order to do Kaigans. So, moving on from that, let's go check out the currency shop. So we still have the yellow coins from earlier, so I'm not going to show those off as I already have, but we have this new shop here for these new silver coins. And as you can see, it has some pretty nice rewards. Elemental shards every 3 days if you want them. However, the big ticket item here is going to be the relief selector. This thing is incredibly hard to get. 20 days straight of dailies to get enough coins to drop on this thing is going to be very much worth it. This is hands down the best thing you can buy in the shop, as it basically allows you to not have to pull as much and get lucky on RNG through either getting dupes or just getting 5-star Nensos to trade in. And it's just a really efficient use of your time, as it does not require gems to get it, and pretty much every other method except for one required gems. The only other relief selector we had to complete every single hell map that had been released at that point in Japan, and it was incredibly difficult for some people. New players definitely could not do it. However, new players can do this. And if you don't want that, and you can always possibly get like a horn or a sin or whatever, but the relief selector is just hands down the best thing in this shop. And in case you wanted to see what else was in the shop, that's pretty much it. So moving on to the raid shop, it's going to have all the Dark Phantoms in it, as well as 5 horns and 5 sins. You should definitely be picking up these horns and sins. These are top priority items. The Dark Phantom shards, they're nice. I'll probably grab at least Setsuna's because I have a ton of her shards. Hopefully, maybe, one day, I'll pull her and I'll be able to use all those. But I don't want to pop her if I don't have to. But otherwise, they're just Dark Phantom shards. It's no big deal. Mechanical Visions, 10 of them, 500 each. Remember that if you raid to like lap 10 in Japan, you pretty much can clear out this entire shop. 25 of each elemental shard is super nice as well. And then whatever you have left over, you can just buy gold or zenny, or just equipment if you need it. Although most people who are raiding at this point in Japan, who are going 10 laps, just don't need this equipment anymore. So we do still have a couple of job pluses open. Once again, Suzuka's job plus is open. If you have not done it yet, get your ass on it, because they've rerun it so many times. I feel like they're gonna go like 6 months without rerunning it for some reason. It's like just paranoia, because it's literally just been rerunning constantly since it was released. Tiona's job plus, or not Tiona's job plus, Daisy's job plus is on rerun right now. Definitely get that if you do not have it. It's a very, very limited job plus. It's pretty rare to see this one come around. Other than that, I don't think there's much else to say about any of this other shop stuff. So let's go over to our secret shops. So there is a summer campaign shop, and it kind of sucks, but I'll show it to you anyways. There's a 1500 paid gem select ticket, which is going to let you select a single unit that has a swimsuit skin. But that's not the good thing. The only good part of this shop are the 50 Alma shards for 4,000 gems. And normally, I would never condone buying 50 unit shards for 4k gems. However, this just saves you 50 days of farming her EX hard quest. That's a lot of time. It's going to make it significantly easier to Kaigen her. If you are in Japan and you want to use Alma, this is actually a pretty decent pickup. I mean, it's not ideal, but it's the easiest time that we're going to have at getting her shards. Now, there are these 750 gem things. These aren't skins or anything. These are just equipment packages and just a total rip-off. And we have the swimsuit skins. They're all 4K in Japan. We never got 2K options for these things. But if you want them and you don't have them yet, now is your chance to get them, as they are here at least for the next 20 days. Oh yeah, by the way, this shop that has the Alma shards in it is only open for 5 days, so you need to make a decision and fast. Good news is they actually just gave us 2.5k gems free in the mail. I'm not even sure why. I didn't bother to translate it. It just said it was a gift. Don't know for what, but who cares? It's free gems. So here we go, more shards, although these ones are less worth it, because these are all technically farmable units. None of them have EX hard quests, so if you want them and you're a whale, go ahead. If you aren't a whale, I would skip them. So Lucian is the only person of note really who got Kaigen Gate 5 this week. Retzius, I guess if you like Retzius, but he's a free unit, so he's always going to struggle. I'll hop into Lucian's thing here in just a moment. And actually, I can do that right now. So, I haven't used Lucian in so long, couldn't even remember what element he was. So, Lucian got some new JEs today. He got Shura, which I think they're just gonna just give to almost every single unit at this point in Japan who's still missing a Holy Brawler JE. Because honestly, without Shura, you need Shura to make these older units competitive. You just need it. They need the damage, especially on a unit that does not scale off of pure physical attack. A pure physical attack scaling unit can still get away with a regular just Holy Brawler JE, but if you don't scale on pure physical attack, you need that Shura job to overcome your poor scaling. However, the other thing of note is he got Beastmaster, and he got the good Beastmaster, which means he's going to have an option for a relatively good passive that is going to reduce his it's going to reduce his need for actually wait, I'm not even sure if he can run that. I'm gonna have to double check that later, but it'll increase his speed, give him some extra jump, and give him some extra physical attack, but I'm gonna have to see if he can even run it. I can actually just check this real quick. Raid's about to start again, so I'll be able to get more apples. And I have a ton of yellow eyes. So let's just hop into his Kaigen quick. I could have also just pulled this up on the database, because I have it up and it's sitting right next to me. But this is more fun. What passive got changed? So his HP passive is the one that got changed. However, I'm going to have to actually look this up now that I think about it if I want to know what it does. Sometimes I feel like I get these classic moments where I just do the same stupid thing repeatedly, like in just different videos. Like, I feel like I've been down this road before. So, pulling up his Enlightenment right now. Okay, so his normal Kaigen is going to up the 30% HP to 40% HP and 30% physical defense, which is garbage. Screw that. So, if you want to run Lucian in Japan, what you're going to want to most likely run is you're going to want to probably run his Job Plus. His Job Plus just did get upgraded stats, by the way. The reason my stats look so abysmal right now is partially because I'm missing 2 JEs. So, once I upgrade those, I'm not going to upgrade those right now, unfortunately. I might do it later if Lucian turns out to be decent. I mean, I have these extra Dragon Gauntlets, and I have nothing to use them on. Don't they look pretty? Anyways, I would switch this over to the new Beastmaster passive and still run his Strike plus 2. He's going to run a bit squishier than he would otherwise. However, with his Gate 5, if you actually do decide to max him out, he should be tanky enough to get by. His Sand Dragon has reduced jewels now on the Gate 5. I haven't looked to see what the actual value is, but this is going to likely make it so that way he can charge up and AoE turn 1 without any kind of significant help. He still might need some kind of initial jewel item, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I'll have to get back to you guys later on that. He definitely is the most interesting of the units, like the 3 or 4 units this week that got Kaigened. However, he is going to run into issues as Wind recently has been getting pretty buff. I mean, think about it. Setsuna just got an insane job plus. Leonia just got an insane job plus. I'm currently in the process of Kaigening her right now, but more on that later when I actually finish it, like 3 months from now. You know, Bolt's still at least a decent unit. Sada's pretty good now. Mocha's a good unit. Yomi's at least a unit, you know. Leafa is an insane support. Rahu just got buffed. Nefertiti is a good unit. We have Wilhelm and Zwei if you actually have her, and King. Wind is looking better than it has in months, so Lucian might have a hard time finding a place on a team. However, he does still have the benefit of being a Desert Wind unit and has access to those Desert Wind Nenso groups that will help him get by. Other than that, you know, he's not going to be the best Wind unit in the game, but if you did like Lucian, he did get some significant buffs now that is going to help him a lot coming up here. I still probably am not too keen on running him in any super high-end content, though. So, for events this week, we have a 1 per day shard stage. It's going to give you like 20 random shards of any of these units. The jackpot unit is obviously going to be Alma. Every time you pull her, you just saved yourself 5 days of farming. EX hard quests suck. The job reruns, in case you were curious, Dorothy is rerunning right now, and she is the best of the 3 reruns for the summer. You should grab Gold Plus if you didn't have it yet, but definitely get the Dorothea Job Plus. She is still a good unit, even if she isn't the top tier unit. We have the NVVCR stage running this week. So if you're like me and you're starting to run out of JE tokens, just line up several maxed out fountains and get 18% per day in Japan, and get yourself like 10,000 JE coins while this event is going, while the NV stage is going on. So, moving on to the gacha for this week. I can't say there's a lot of good gacha, but there is at least one decent one. And unfortunately, I did not sack this week, so I did not walk away with my coveted Rebecca Nenso. I will have to keep trying to get that one to get her skin. There is a guaranteed 5-star swimsuit Nenso on step 2 of this banner, and if you've been saving your discount tickets, you can get 500s for both of those steps, so you can basically pay 1,000 gems for your chance, like a 1 in 7 or 1 in 6 chance of getting whatever swimsuit Nenso you want. Definitely worth it if you have the discount tickets. If you don't have the discount tickets, then it's mildly more questionable. A lot of these swimsuit Nensos, I'd say Rebecca and Aisha's are the only good ones. The problem with Teresa's Nenso is not that it's a bad Nenso, it's that it's on Teresa, and Teresa is horribly outdated in the Japanese meta. Rado is actually pretty good, not gonna lie, but I don't tend to use him. One, I never raised him, but I suppose Rado's is a good Nenso too. The Ott Nenso, it's got a good VCR, but that's about it. I think her normal Nenso is better than the swimsuit Nenso, but that's just my personal opinion. So at the very least, you have a 50% chance, I guess, at getting a good Nenso from that. Now, I haven't really looked at this yet. It's looks like it's slated as a 1 per day thing, and it looks like a normal gear pool. So it might just be that this is like a discounted gear pool, because as you know that standard gear pools are discounted on this banner. It does have some good stuff in it though. That is the Saint. I'm sorry, that is the Bicorn. Was the Bicorn always called the Saint Bicorn? Whatever. Anyways, the Bicorn and that staff are both good pieces of gear. Kuden's Scarf is really good if you run him on his Job Plus and not his absolutely insane Dark Knight. Crit Pendant's not too bad either. I don't see anything though specifically that's drawing me to this banner. We have our old Scam banner that has Mashuri on it. If you're feeling lucky, don't pull on this. Save your gems for something else. We have the 9-step banner with the new Desert Nensos. Now, we do have these new raid banners, and these are kind of weird. This one is set up around Chronomancers. Obviously, as you can see, all of them in there are Chronomancers. The idea is to get certain kinds of raid units in, and each step, I believe, has a guaranteed 5-star, most likely from the pool, but, I mean, 2,500 for Elizabeth is not that great. This one is a little bit better, but not that much. At least has some more decent units in it. And once again, I'm not sure if the pickup is actually going to include the banner units or not, as it doesn't really show it, and I don't feel like pulling up the info right now. And this is by the way, Holy Brawler units, so basically charge-up units. And the final one is for Necromancers. Necromancers are very good in raids, as they are able to drop the resists of the raid bosses themselves. Once again, if you're missing Carla, this is actually might be a good banner to run, as she is the only limited unit on all of these, like an actual real limited unit that I can see. But once again, I mean, if you don't have a discount ticket, don't even try. But even then, I don't think it's worth trying. And then you just have your standard gear banner, which is kind of bleh. So, I think that pretty much covers all of the new stuff in Japan. There are no new hard quests that I can think of that were released, and this was a very quiet week. The only reason I made this video at all is because of the new mission UI, which I think is kind of cool. I do, I don't like the fact that my gems aren't on the quest now. I'm gonna have to click an extra button for them. However, it is a price I'm willing to pay for an extra 500 gems each week. And I mean, an extra 500 gems is kind of a drop in the bucket if you look at the way Japan is structured. I mean, as you can see, I've got 67,000 gems on me right now. And this isn't from whaling. No one whales 67,000 gems. This is just from not pulling banners. That's all it is. Hopefully next month there will be something worth pulling on. Or even better yet, hopefully there will be a gem refund banner that I can completely abuse. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching as always, and I will see you next time.